Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and this is a video for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. Let's get this set up here. And this is just going to be a general reading. Whatever I see is what I will say, okay? So it could be love, money, career, whatever pops up. If you were drawn to watch this video because of the title, there might be a message in here for you. Spirit King, please show me the most important messages, predictions, and happenings to for from about and around Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements from the time they watch this video moving forward. What does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to see? What do they need to understand? What do they need to become aware of? What will help them on their path to becoming the best and highest version of their beautiful Scorpio selves? Alright, let's see. Scorpio. And one more. Alright, let's see here. What's going on for Scorpio? At the bottom of the deck, we got the Prince of Pentacles. This is an energy, it's similar to like the Page of Pentacles. It's an energy of somebody who is eager and ready and how can I say this? Somebody who is like, you know when you tell somebody that you're about to go on a vacation, this is like the person who can't sleep the night before, like they go to the airport or something. This is the person who's just excited about life. They're curious. They're always wanting to learn something new, to see something new, to experience something new. And pages are really good about that. That's why I really love page energy. It's just like this energy of just being open to what you can learn and what you can explore and what you can do. It's also a card that talks about baby steps and taking things slow and one day at a time and one foot in front of the other, that sort of energy. And we have the Empress just below that. So maybe you're learning how to tap into that kind of divine feminine Empress energy. And I wouldn't say for the first time, I would say, and if this is somebody outside of you, maybe you're taking baby steps with the new feminine, something like that. Let's see what the spread has to say. That might not be the main message, but that might be a message for somebody. The first card we have out, the Ace of Wands. The second card is the Eight of Wands. So wanting something to move forward, there's something that is inspiring you or motivating you, but it's in the form of some sort of passion or some sort of desire. It could be a new romantic adventure. It could just be a new adventure altogether. Let's see. Let's get the rest of the cards out before I talk too much. Let's see. Spirit, what else do you have for Scorpio today? Let's finish the spread for Scorpio. Then we got the Five of Cups, balancing all things, right? The good with the bad, the light and the dark. Definitely speaking to some sort of sacrifice or letting go of something. For this new beginning, let's see. What else do we have for Scorpio? Something flipped. We got the Princess of Swords, which is kind of like the Knight of Swords in traditional middleweight tarot. Let's see what else we got. We got the Four of Swords at the center of the spread. This is where all the energy is going or flowing from. What else do we have for Scorpio Spirit? This spread is coming out slow, boy, I'm telling you. Nine of Wands. Y'all might be feeling kind of guarded with as slow as the spread is coming out. I feel a little bit emotionally guarded. Not really wanting to share your feelings with people. Not really wanting to open up right now. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's finish the spread for Scorpio, please, Spirit. We have the Emperor. Okay, very interesting. And what else do we have? Last one for Scorpio. All right. And the Princess of Pentacles. It's interesting because we saw the Empress right at the bottom of the deck under the Page of Pentacles. Okay, all right. And we got the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's definitely dealing with some sort of relationship. And I'm leaning towards a romantic relationship based on what I'm already seeing. But I want to clarify the Six of Cups before I go too far, because I want to be able to see the full story before I say anything. Let's see. Six of Cups, can we clarify the energy for Scorpio, please? Golly, it's like pulling teeth with these cards. Usually, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the energy for Scorpio is always like this, but this is like pulling teeth right now, getting blood from a stone. Let's go, Scorpio. What's going on with you guys? Y'all don't want to talk about it? Y'all don't want to share? Maybe you're not talking to anybody in your life about it. Maybe you're not sharing your feelings. Maybe you don't even really know how you feel. And maybe I'm here to maybe give you some clarity, shed some light on some things that may be a little bit beneath the surface here. Can we get two more to clarify? The Six of Cups for Scorpio, please. Okay. So we got the King of Swords, the Four of Swords. Oh my goodness. And one more, please. Please, Scorpio. Can I have one more, please? Please. If you could give me one more just to finish out the spread, and then I will tell you everything I see and all about it. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Scorpio. We got a Justice. Oh, a Justice. We have the Justice card, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay? So you could be dealing with an Aries or an Earth sign or an air sign. So I see Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I also see Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here is a very kind of, I want to say, a closed off energy. I want to say there are some things that you are dealing with in private or want to deal with in private. And it has something to do with either someone from your past, a relationship from your past, or just how you process relationships in general. I think that you are in desperate need of closure or confirmation for something or someone in your life or your relationship to that thing or to that person. Because I immediately see here, like the first three cards, the top row, I do 3, 3, and 3. In the top row, we have here the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Cups, which indicates to me that there is something that needs to be sacrificed or let go of so that something can move forward and flourish and grow. But as we see, actually we have on the spread, is the Nine of Wands, which is a very guarded, defensive, people typically refer to it as the wounded warrior type energy. And the 8 and the Ace, they make the 9. So whatever this is, I don't know if you are even willing to give it up. It's almost like this energy of being very protective of this thing. Being very like, kind of putting your fence up around this thing. It's like, nobody can talk about it. Nobody can address it. Nobody can, you're not talking to anybody about it. You might not even be talking to this person if there is in fact another person involved. And it does look like if you are in the feminine energy, which I think you are, that this is involving some kind of masculine energy in relationship to you and who you are and what you want moving forward. There's an energy of needing to let go of the past, but that could go one of two ways. And the reason why I say that is because we have the Princess of Swords here, and in the guidebook for the manga tarot, which is the tarot that I'm reading from, it basically says that you can take an idea or an inspiration, or you can take anything two ways, right? And look at her sword. It's a two-pronged sword, right? So I almost feel like a little bit of a crossroads energy, but it's more like, and I won't even say this or that, you could either let go of the past and maybe move forward with this connection, relationship, person thing, right? Or you could let go of the past and let this person go. I feel like you have this, like, it's a weirdly protective energy over whatever this is. It's like you won't let, it's like, like how people, okay, let's say, just for an example, and I'm going to relate the energy however I can, you guys. I'm going to do my best to articulate what I'm seeing, but it may not be exactly your story. It's just how I'm relating the energy, okay? And if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. If you're not, you're not, whatever. So, kind of how I'm saying this is like, how everybody has like like if you have siblings, and you can talk crap about your sibling all day long, but as soon as somebody else talks crap about your sibling, you're like, hold up, that's my family, that's my blood. You can't just sit here and talk about them like that. That's, I can say whatever I want to say, but you can't talk about them like that. That's the kind of protective energy that I'm feeling. It's like you might have feelings about this, whatever this is, whatever this represents for you. You might have some very strong feelings about sacrificing this or letting this go, in the sense of like not engaging with this again, or not bringing this into the new path that's opening up for you. But it's like you won't hear that from anybody else, and that's why I feel like you are not talking to anybody else about it. I feel like you just really want to be able to make your own choice. You really want to be able to make your own decision, and I think maybe it's like either this is going to go somewhere or I'm done. And that's kind of how it looks to me. It's like either you need complete closure on this, which I don't feel like you've gotten, or there needs to be some confirmation that things are going to move forward, that something is going to be healed. And I feel like you almost view it like it can go one of two ways. Like either this is going to go really good or it's going to go really bad, regardless of what you choose. So it's like whether you choose to not take this into the future with you, or you choose to take this into the future with you, it could go either really good or really bad. That's what's so interesting about this energy. It's almost like, I don't want to say a tightrope, but maybe like a balancing act or something like that. It's like, you know, not even necessarily playing both sides. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm having a really difficult time articulating the energy. I know what I'm feeling, but it's hard to put into words. And I feel like that's how you feel, to be honest. Especially with as difficult as it was to even get the spread out on the table. So, just give me a minute here, guys. Just give me a second. Let me see what I can see here. To be honest, if this represents someone in your life, if this represents a masculine energy in your life, someone that you may have had a relationship with in the past, I feel like you are still open to them, to be honest. I feel like you're still available to them emotionally if they were to want to start something with you again. But I just feel like you somehow know that you're going to be disappointed, or that you're going to be let down if this were to move forward. But I feel like you would be equally disappointed if you didn't try to move it forward. And it's like the way that this Princess of Pentacles is looking at this Emperor, I just kind of want to show you guys kind of what it looks like. You see, look at this Emperor here. He's armored up and he's kind of almost in a meditative state, kind of not really paying attention to anything around him, feeling very centered and grounded and focused. And above him in the spread is the Four of Swords, which is this energy of mental clarity, in the sense of having mental peace, right? Coming to an understanding, or just getting to a place mentally where you can rest and things aren't moving so fast. And that's why I feel like from this Emperor energy, this masculine energy, is that someone is at a place where they are maybe attempting or trying to find some sort of peace or some sort of closure about something that's going on around them, or maybe just life in general. They're probably in this state where they're not really bothered by anything. But then you glance over at this Princess of Pentacles, and she's looking at him, right? And I don't mean she, him, as in your gender or your body or anybody else's gender or bodies. My readings are never gender specific, and I will only use he or she when I'm describing the image I think is in the card. So just, if it don't apply, let it fly type deal. But you could be in a masculine body in this Princess of Pentacles energy, whatever. Just take it how it resonates. So look at this Princess of Pentacles. She's like gazing over at this, and maybe I'm not holding it close enough to the camera. She's like gazing over at this Emperor, in scantily clad, may I add, right, with this, and her armor is on the back of the horse, right? She's taking a break. She's letting down her walls. She's letting her guard down. She's allowing herself to be open and to be vulnerable. And she's just kind of like just gazing at this Emperor. And I feel like that's almost like an admiration, but it's also like waiting for some sort of invitation to come into this Emperor's space, right? And I feel like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to clarify this Emperor energy just to see if this is a person, how they might be feeling, how this masculine energy might be feeling. But I think that they have found a place in their own lives or in their own environment where they were able to create some sort of peace. And as much as this might hurt to think about, this person's not really, from what I see superficially, let's say on the surface, this person might appear that they're not worried about you, that they're not thinking about you, that they're totally in this space where they are zen and chill, and whatever happened between you guys has already happened, has already passed, and like it doesn't matter anymore. The past is the past, right? This person seemingly has gotten closure and possibly even moved on, right? This could be indicative of you having been in a relationship with someone and you have now noticed that they have moved forward and possibly even matured a little bit, and that might be attractive to you because maybe they weren't in that space when you dealt with them in the past. Okay, maybe they've grown up a little bit, and maybe that's why you're willing to be open to this again. And the Judgment card is always talking about like past, or it can often speak to past energy, past life energy, past lives, as well as the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. Why can I speak? Nostalgia, childhood, past life loves, and relationships, and things like that. So we have there's definitely a very strong energy of the past here, and I think that it's possible that it was very abrupt, the way that they moved on or the way that you moved on, or just the way that you got both kind of just went your own separate ways in a sense. I do feel like this Princess of Pentacles is almost like watching and waiting for something to happen, and possibly even this five of Cups energy, as well as this Nine of Wands energy, could be because this Princess of Pentacles, this is the third column, right? 1, 2, 3 on this side. So it's possible that this Princess of Pentacles is guarded simply because, not necessarily just because this princess, or you, this is how I'm feeling your energy is through this Princess of Pentacles. It may not be because you feel like this might fail, even though that might also be on your mind. I also feel like this Five of Cups is here because nothing has happened. And maybe you expected something to happen that hasn't happened. I'm almost looking at all of these cards, even with this Nine of Wands card, how she's kind of looking back, almost waiting for something to happen, almost anticipating that something will happen. If you were in a situation with somebody who always, if you guys were on and off with somebody and they tended to always kind of come after you or chase after you or hit you up after a long time, it's like it's been a while and you haven't heard anything. It's like it's been a while and it's just kind of been like radio silence. To be honest, I just feel like this person is, on the surface, it appears that this person is really just focused on themselves and focused on moving forward in a way in their lives that they can find peace or some sense of resolution for themselves. Because they're not connected to this Five of Cups energy at all, but you are. So that's what's interesting to me. But you know what you're not connected to? You are not connected to the Eight of Wands. So maybe, really in your mind, you thought you might have moved on from this person, but you haven't. I think really deep down, you've been kind of waiting on them to maybe show some sort of interest or to spark things back up again. You might also feel like you're at a different point in your life and you might be ready to try again. But really, from what I'm seeing, this person looks like they're just kind of chilling. Like they are just trying to come to terms with, or they have come to terms with the way that things have ended, and you guys going your separate ways, maybe in a way that you haven't. Okay, but I will clarify just to be sure. At the bottom of the deck, like I said, we have the King of Pentacles, and just under that is the Sun. So this person, this masculine energy, could be doing really well for themselves financially. They could be feeling really financially stable. And you know what just came into my mind is that you might not like that. You might not like that this person is like doing so well without you. And you know, that could be for a lot of different reasons. For some of you guys out there, it might be because this person they weren't in that mature energy when you dealt with them. So maybe some immature things happened between you guys. And it may be like, oh, they're kind of just bossing up, but they're doing it without you. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling a little bit. I didn't even talk about the clarification of the Six of Cups. So we got the King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Justice card. I will tell you that somebody is looking or feeling a little bit lonely right now. It's like there's something that they have maybe recently become aware of, some truth or some sort of clarity that they've recently gathered, that is creating this illusion of loneliness. And the reason why I say the illusion of loneliness is because loneliness can only be sparked when you believe that something is missing from you, or that someone's company is missing from you, or that you're not enough on your own in some way. You guys know what I mean? It's like loneliness is not something that occurs when you are completely content and completely happy. And I think that's why I keep saying, kind of like, on the surface it seems like this person has moved on, or on the surface it seems like this person is not really worried about you. But I will say that I do feel like this person feels a little bit isolated. The person in this masculine energy feels a little bit isolated. I think they've just been really focused on themselves a lot, and they kind of look around and there's like, it's like, well, what do I have to show for it? Specifically in the way of community and relationships, right? Okay, so let's clarify a little bit here. First, I want to clarify this Emperor. Can we clarify the Emperor for Scorpio, please? We got the Princess of Wands. This is an energy, yet again, of sacrifice, of leaving the past in the past, of moving on. And I always imagine this princess kind of moving on from a tower moment, moving on from a situation in their lives where the tower was brought in. And the tower comes in whenever you can't make that choice for yourself, or you haven't been able to make that choice for yourself, to let something go, to let something die, to let something fall away from your life. These tower moments happen to show us that nothing lasts forever, for sure. But that's not what I was gonna say. That nothing is like invincible. That nothing is, I can't think of the word. I'm just going to move on. But if I think of it, I will say it. But it's like everything is subject to the laws of death. And everything changes, you know. So it's about embracing those changes, taking the lesson. I always think about that flower in her hands as like the lesson from the tower moment and moving forward. And I think that this person has decided to move forward. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Seven of Swords. This can be an energy of deception, of betrayal, of deceit, of all these types of things. And once again, it's coming into my mind that maybe you almost feel betrayed that this person has been able to move on without you. And I'm not sure why. But the Seven of Swords is also an energy of doing what is best for yourself. So this person, I wouldn't say they're in a selfish energy, but I don't think that they're really concerned about anything outside of themselves. I feel like right now they're just really focused on themselves. Even if it is lonely, even if they are feeling lonely, it's like, I think that's where they find the most solace, the most peace. Once again, we got the Hangman or the Hangwoman in this deck. And it's this energy of taking a pause, taking a time out, taking a moment to yourself to reflect, or to find some sort of, I don't know, clarity, inner clarity or inner peace. This is also a card that represents becoming enlightened or becoming more aware. And I think that that does go into kind of what I was already saying about this person gaining some sense of maturity that maybe they didn't have when they were with you, or maybe when you dealt with them in the past. Let's clarify this Five of Cups for Scorpio. Can we clarify the Five of Cups? Five of Cups for Scorpio, please. I almost feel like you're looking at yourself as if, like, where did I go wrong? As if somehow you were the one who brought the demise of this relationship. And I don't know how this relationship ended. I don't know what happened. But it's almost like you're looking at yourself and you're blaming yourself. Or you're looking at yourself in, like, in the where did I go wrong sense, as in, like, well, they seem like they're doing okay, but I'm not doing okay. And it's like, maybe on the surface you seem like you're doing okay, but deep down you are still maybe dealing with some of the pain, some of the hurt from this relationship. We got the Ten of Wands here. And kind of what I'm feeling from this is some sort of emotional overwhelm with it clarifying the Five of Cups, because cups represent emotion and wands can represent a lot of things that are mostly intangible. But also the Ten of Wands represents specifically in the manga tarot, yourself and others, how you are kind of working with the people around you and how you fit into your community. But I'm really feeling it as maybe feel like you don't have anybody, like you can't rely on anybody for support, and I think you are feeling a little bit emotionally overwhelmed. These two cards also came out, the the Prince of Pentacles, and I didn't even know there were 3 cards here, the Queen of Chalices and the Three of Cups. Okay, so I'm not going to keep all of these, but I will just kind of mention what I'm feeling from this. So with this Prince of Pentacles, looking at this Queen of Cups and this Three of Cups, I do feel like maybe you're disappointed that an offer hasn't been made to you, because I'm seeing you as this Queen of Cups, especially because I'm feeling you in the feminine energy and you are a water sign. So it's like looking at this Prince of Pentacles, it's almost like there's not an offer to reconcile, right? Because the Three of Cups can represent reconciliation, coming back together, celebration, that sort of thing, invitations, dates even. And I don't think there has been that, because it's clarifying this Five of Cups, right? And that hasn't happened. So I think that maybe, like I said, you've been expecting some sort of communication or some sort of offer to come through, and that hasn't come through. But at the bottom of the deck, after clarifying, the Five of Cups was the Two of Swords. I think maybe you've been really emotionally closed off to this for a long time, just so that you could move on, so you can move forward. But you've done it in a way where maybe you weren't able to achieve the kind of closure that you desire from this relationship. And yeah, just under that is the Four of Wands, which is like in most decks, in the traditional decks, it's like the marriage card, the 1111 card, the twin flame card. I'm not speaking all of that. That's, the twin flame soulmate kind of stuff. Take that as it resonates, because I'm not here to tell you that somebody is or is not. But if you're resonating with this so far, I just feel like this talks about some sort of commitment being made. And also the Four of Wands in this deck specifically talks about living in the present moment, being present, and enjoying and celebrating and being present for your own life, showing up for your own self. And I think that maybe you have been stuffing your feelings, or numbing your feelings, or numbing yourself, whether that is with substances or distractions, and you haven't really been living in the present moment. And I think that's also because you have been so emotionally overwhelmed. I know that sometimes it's really difficult, especially when we experience trauma or traumatic events or things that are incredibly straining or draining emotionally. It's easy to just kind of check out and sit on a cloud and look down at ourselves and be like, damn, we're really going through it, huh? Just so, something about so you don't lose your mind just came into my mind. Lose your mind so you don't go crazy thinking about this thing over and over again and getting obsessive about it, or becoming just emotionally taxed or overwhelmed from it. This is a really heavy reading, and I didn't really anticipate this. Not that it's wrong or bad. Heavy things, like I said, balance in all things, light and the dark. We need both. And it just looks like you're kind of going through a bit of a dark patch, a rough patch right now, just because I don't think that you really acknowledged that you were emotionally overwhelmed. And it might not just be this thing. I feel like you have been giving things up a lot, and maybe this is the last thing that you were kind of clinging to, or hopeful about, and you have to give this up now too, right? Because this person is seemingly not interested, and they were clarified by the Princess of Wands. So, I mean, in traditional Smith-Waite Tarot, it would represent the Knight of Wands, but that is just not the energy that is that is described for this specific deck. So, for those of you who do know a little bit about tarot, I don't even know why I feel the need to say this, but this is not the same as the Knight of Wands. It's just not. It's in the same hierarchical position in the wand court cards, but it's not the same. It's an energy of sacrifice. It's an energy of letting go. It's an energy of moving on. I feel like that's what this person is doing. They're eliminating their baggage. And maybe you even think, like, why is it so easy for them to do this? I didn't even realize I was the one holding on, right? I didn't even realize I was the one still wanting this. And I think that if you can learn to deal with that, or to process that, or to move through that, I think you really will find closure. Let's clarify this Princess of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Let's clarify the Princess of Pentacles, please. Yeah, we got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands can represent clarity. It can also represent healthy detachment. And we got the Death card at the bottom of the deck. You know what you have to do. You know it's time to let go of this. And I think, like I said, this is the last bastion or the last thing left standing from a life that you are now moving on from. And what's interesting about this is that you might actually be spiritually connected to this person. You might actually be past life lovers. But I think that maybe letting this go now so that you can make space for whatever new beginning is happening in your life. And whatever you have going for you right now. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Because it doesn't look like you have a bad life. Like Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Like I was just about to say, it doesn't look like you have a bad life. I think that this is just the remnants of the past. And it's like, this is more than just about this person. Whatever you're going through is more about everything that you've had to give up to get here. And I think that this person or this relationship or situation, whatever it is for you, is just representative of all the sacrifices that you've had to make. And you've kind of attached all of that onto this relationship or onto this person or onto this connection. And so now that you have to let this thing go, it's like you piled all of this emotional baggage onto the idea of having this relationship. So you didn't have to sacrifice everything. Because it's almost like this is the last thing you have left to let go of. And it's like, once you've decided to let this go, or once you decide to let this go and you actually move forward on it and you process those emotions in a healthy way that allows you to experience real closure, then there won't be any connection between you and the person that you used to be. And it's almost like you don't want that. That's really interesting. So we have the 9 of Pentacles here clarifying the Ace of Wands. I feel like you are going to be single moving into this new leg of your journey. I think you need to embrace that. I think you need to embrace singlehood. It can be so freeing and empowering and lovely to be single, especially if you have had the tendency of defining yourself by your romantic partners. The 9 of Pentacles is an energy of self-sufficiency as well as financial stability. It's also an energy of being in this place where not necessarily untouchable, but it's like just really vibing in your own energy. And I think that you probably have been, but I think whenever you think about this person or this relationship, it kind of brings you down, or it connects you to that kind of emotional overwhelm that you've been trying to avoid. These are a lot of cards that kind of just fell out, but I will go ahead and look at them, but I am going to put them back. So we have the Hermit card, the Tower, once again that Tower, and the 8 of Pentacles. Now we didn't see the Tower before, but I was just talking about how this card looks like it's moving away from the Tower, the figure in that card. So I'll show you guys these. I just feel like with the Hermit, we got the Tower, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. With these 3 cards in combination, they just kind of flew out of the deck while I was clarifying the Ace of Wands. I just feel like you've really decided to just focus on work or working on yourself. So even if you're not passionate about your career, I think maybe you've just been really focused on making money or perfecting your craft or focusing on things that are tangible, things that have things that yield tangible results. I think you're kind of putting all of your energy into that, whether that's your nutrition or going to the gym or whatever it may be. It could be your entire lifestyle. Kind of, to me, the 8 of Pentacles is a lifestyle card. And it's just this energy of really wanting to create change in your life and to maybe perfect what you've already been working towards or working on. And I think as a result of this Tower moment and going into Hermit mode, you've really been able to focus. You might even be feeling more creative right now, more inspired and more passionate just in general, in your general life. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, right? Clarifying that Ace of Wands, and this was at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Lovers here. What's under the Lovers is the 7 of Wands, okay? I feel like there is this pressure that you might feel to be in a relationship right now, or you might feel like you're finally at a place in your life where you're established enough, or you've been working hard enough on yourself, or you feel good enough about yourself that you should finally be able to find the connection that you want, and you keep seemingly being drawn back to this, but really what you want is this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like allowing yourself, if you're not where you want to be, like let's say if you met the love of your life tomorrow, do you feel like you would be ready? Do you feel like physically you would be your best self? Do you feel like mentally or emotionally or financially that you would be presenting this person with your best self? Now, am I saying that you need to be perfect? Absolutely not. Nobody's perfect, right? But I just feel like if you are going to put yourself out there again, if you're going to start dating again, I feel like you really want to be in this Knight of Pentacles energy. You want to be very confident. You want to be very well-rounded, and you want to be in a position or in a place in your life where you feel like you have something to offer, right? And where you have a life of your own, okay? To where if you were to meet somebody new, you wouldn't just completely merge your life with theirs, and it wouldn't be some kind of like codependent mess. You want to be able to feel really independent and really strong when you go into your next relationship. Let's talk about this Four of Swords, and then I'll let you guys go because this video is pretty long. Four of Swords, please, for Scorpio. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing, right? At the bottom of the deck, we got the Six of Wands. Moving forward. Forward movement and getting the acknowledgement that you deserve. So, to be honest, kind of what I see with this is there might be a conversation, with the Prince of Swords right underneath the Six of Wands. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. You guys might have a final conversation with this person that gives you guys some sense of clarity, or lets you guys know that things really are over, or that you don't really feel the same way that you used to feel about this person, or maybe that emotional attachment that you have, like I said, it's just really a lot of emotional baggage rolled into one. And I understand it could be really scary going on, like this new path or opening up a new path for yourself. Sorry about the noise. I don't live alone, so sorry about that. If you guys can even hear that. So you guys might, like I said, I'm sorry, got distracted. But you guys might be having one final conversation with this person, or you might see something like the Page of Wands. The Page of Swords, the Prince of Swords, is like the watcher or the stalker. So y'all might be seeing something online on social media, or watching this person, keeping an eye on this person, and just seeing that their life has evolved in a way that gives you the closure that you need to finally move on. With the Wheel here, we're talking about fate, we're talking about destiny, right? And it's clarifying this Four of Wands, this closure card, this peace card, this kind of peaceful resolution card, right? So shifting into that and just allowing it to be whatever it's going to be, and allowing things to be as they are, and accepting that. I think you will find a lot of joy and peace, and you are definitely going to be successful. However your life is unfolding, whatever this new path is that's opening up for you, you're absolutely going to be successful financially and in any other way you can imagine. But yeah, it's time to let whatever this represents to you, it's time to let it go. And it's time to process those emotions in a way that allows you to be free. Okay, so Scorpio, this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. I don't know why I can't talk in this reading. This is so weird. You guys might be feeling tongue-tied lately or something. Could be Mercury retrograde. I don't know. Anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.